I just picked up this rugged exposure 10-degree bag from Big Five. It was on sale for under $30. I tried to do a little bit of research on it before making the purchase, but there was very little. In fact, I didn't find anything about this Pinecrest 3-season mummy bag. So I thought I'd contribute a bit to the community here. As you can see, it's 3-pound fill insulation and 4.25 carry weight. We'll go ahead and weigh that here in a second. And it comes with this compression bag. So we'll try to cinch it down and see how small we can get it. In comparison, I have this Climate 20-degree bag. I don't think either of them have had independent testing done to them, but I have taken this one out in probably mid-20s, 30-degree weather and stayed pretty warm. It is very restrictive. The mummy style on this is very restrictive in the feet, which I didn't particularly care for. But it is also lighter, 2.5 pounds versus 4, I think was what it was. Yeah, 4.25, so almost a full 2 pounds heavier. So maybe not the best backpacking bag, but we'll test it out and just see how well it does comparatively. I have very limited trust that this is going to do anywhere near 10, and I'm not going to test it in that cold of weather. But mid-30s is probably where I would be in most scenarios. So if it keeps me warm in that, then I'll say it's a win for under $30. Just as another point of comparison here, I have a Glacier's Edge 40-degree bag, also 3-pound fill weight. And you can see the sizes are pretty identical. So I mean, that makes me a little bit concerned about what we're going to get into here. But, you know, this is just kind of the cheap car camping bag you'd get at Fred Meyer or Camping World or something like that. But we'll unroll all 3 of these and we'll also weigh them and go from there. Okay, let's start with the rugged exposure. 4 pounds, 8 ounces, pretty much exactly what they claim, 4.5 pounds. Let's try this Glacier's Edge here. Again, it's only a 40-degree bag, so I assume this will be lighter. Not by much. 4 pounds, 6 ounces, 6.5 ounces, so a couple ounces lighter maybe. And then we got the Climate. They claim 2.5 pounds. 2 pounds, 12 ounces, so a little over what they claim. Maybe it's only the bag and they don't count the compression sack, but let's go ahead and unroll these and see the differences there. Before I fully take them out, I figure I'll cinch them down just to see how much smaller they can actually get. Okay, now a good start. You can see that just completely ripped the sewing there. Okay, well, that's a bummer. Climate, I'm sure is going to do much better. I think this bag was about $60 on sale. So even if this was fully compressed down, it's not going to get anywhere near the size of that. But again, this could be a good car camping option. Not going to be a backpacker's dream. If it's not obvious, from left to right, we have the Glacier's Edge, Climate in the middle, and then the rugged exposure on the far right. I've left them out for about 15 minutes to fluff up. So we'll do a very imprecise measurement of the thickness of each. This is about 0.45 inches thick on that guy. The Climate, this is about 0.68 inches. I'll zip it a little bit. I don't particularly like how the zipper is not on both sides. It flips over from one side to the other. That's kind of annoying. Yeah, that's a little better. So without squeezing it too much, it's about 8/10 of an inch there. And the rugged exposure you can see is much bigger, so that kind of explains why the bag itself is bigger. It's also longer than the Climate. The Climate, I'm about 5'9", and I just barely fit in there. So this one will give me a little bit more room. I don't know if that's good or not to have empty space in the bag, but we'll find out. This does feel a little thicker. I mean, it's about an inch, I would think. Yeah, it's a little less than an inch. So potentially it'll be warmer, but I guess we'll find out.
Later that night.
Okay, we've got our test bed set up for tonight, pun intended. Got myself a couple air mattresses here because I'm a delicate flower. This is a REI Half Dome 2. You can see that the bag pretty much takes up the whole tent. It's even sitting on the edge there, so it's a pretty long bag. Not great at all for any of this backpacking sort of stuff. Great maybe as a car camper, but we'll try it out tonight. We'll see how it goes. I'm just out here on my deck because I don't have much of a yard. I just put the thermometer out here. It's down to 43 right now. Should keep dropping. I think it's lower than that at the moment. I'll put a screenshot of what it looks like right now and what we're anticipated to have tonight. My plan is to just sleep through the night in this bag unless there's no chance of making it through the night without freezing. If I do get cold, I'll go inside, warm up, grab the Climate bag, come back out and see if that has different results. I already kind of know what the Climate bag can do, so really just focusing on the abilities of this rugged exposure bag. So yeah, I'll update you soon. All right, well here I am all cozied up in my rugged exposures bag. Sorry, just one exposure. I've been messing with the thermometer. When I first got in the tent, it was 37. It's gone up a little bit with me messing with it, holding it, breathing in here and whatnot. But the forecast says it's probably about 37, 38, and we'll drop down into the mid-30s. Initial thoughts are, it's pretty cozy, pretty warm. I do appreciate that the zipper has zips on both sides. It also has zip at the bottom, obviously. The little Velcro tab here could probably be improved. There's only one thing for it to Velcro to, even though there's two tabs here. And it feels like, it's already kind of coming apart maybe, or loose strings. So 2 pieces of Velcro would be nice to keep that locked in real tight. But yeah, I'm going to try to go to sleep here and make it through the night. I actually do fit pretty well in here. I don't feel the need to stuff my jacket down at the bottom or anything. So also tomorrow I'll kind of show the inside of the bag. I realized I didn't really do that in the previous portions, so you'll get a full in-depth look. See you in the morning. Well, good morning. Not the best sleep I've ever had in my life, but I stayed warm. Let's back out. Got 34 degrees. Yeah, I mean, overall it's good. I mean, it stayed warm, like I said. Every once in a while, I felt, a cool breeze coming in through the top. And this little drawstring kind of sat right around my shoulders, like further down my shoulders than I'd like. So maybe I'm not using it right, but it didn't feel like it was doing the job it was supposed to do. And then, the only other thing was, my head stayed warm from the dead pharaoh's hood here, but my face got cold, so I ended up putting on a block of lava. I'm just joking. Don't run to the comments saying you said it wrong. I know it's baklava. No, that's not it either. Balaclava. But it's just not as fun to say. Although, I mean, I guess it's pretty close. Anywho, let's get this inside and we'll get it fully unzipped for you so you can see what it's made of. Here we are back inside. I was just reading this bag. It's pretty funny. A cold sensation may occur if used in temperatures below the comfort range. Oh, cold sensation, huh? Okay. So what's my review here? Overall, I liked it. Like it, it hit maybe low 30s last night, and I stayed warm, so that's good. Would it be warm in 10 degrees? Probably not. Would it keep me alive? Probably. And I think that's what, most of these ratings are about, right? Maybe with some help, hot water bottle and some heat packs or something, it would be mildly comfortable even. But overall, I liked it. I'll get your eyes here in on some of the features. Let's get these bags out of the way. So I mentioned, there's the dual zippers. Hard to do with one hand, but this zipper only has one side on it, but the other zipper is two-sided. Overall, I didn't notice it snagging up too much. It did a little bit when I was in the bag. And then, as I mentioned, oh, look there. As I mentioned before, this Velcro doesn't stay on very well. I'm sure they have to find a balance between, feeling trapped and having it too loose, but I think they erred on the little too loose side. It comes undone pretty easily, just kind of tossing and turning in the middle of the night. Let's get this open. Overall, I thought the length was pretty good, actually. I was worried about it being too long, and I fit really well. Like I said, I'm 5'9", so it was about right for me. This drawstring, I don't know, maybe it was folded over or something because it was down. Yeah, I guess that was probably what it was. It was down here, and it was probably 3-4 inches down my arm as opposed to up at my shoulders, above my shoulders. So, I could try to do that a little better next time. It's a little wide at the top, so that was why I was getting the chills, but I would just kind of grab it in with my arms and pull it tight around my neck, and then I'd be fine. Otherwise, the material inside is actually pretty nice. It's not soft or anything like a fleece or flannel or anything like that. Let me restate that. It's soft, but it's not like a fleece or flannel. But yeah, it felt comfortable. I did have layers on, so it wasn't like I had too much direct skin contact. But yeah, so that's the Rugged Exposure bag. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, let me know. For $26, I think it's a win. Not a backpacker bag, but I mean, just looking at the weight, you probably could have assumed that. I do like actually that it's got these little tabs here at the bottom so you can hang it, dry it out if it gets wet. I think that's about it. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good one. Just a quick addendum here. I just want to show you what I was working with gear-wise. As I mentioned last night, Half Dome 2 tent. I have this old secondhand mat that I had underneath my main mat. Just a thin inflatable mat, old school style. This Nemo Astro insulated mat. I really like this mat. And then this Climate pillow. Not a backpacking pillow, but still cozy for car camping and easy to carry. As far as gear I was wearing this cotton beanie early on in the night, and then we know what that's called. Fleece upper, and then some synthetic sweats and wool socks. I actually probably could have gotten away with less, I like being cool at night, but not cold. So, like I said, I probably could have gone with something lighter, but it worked. And it was a little maybe safer to have a little extra heat. I wasn't sweating, so anywho, thanks for sticking with me. Bye.
The next day.
I'm happy to report Big 5 replaced the bag, no questions asked. So I will just be a little bit gentler when I compress this very durable stuff sack.